as a man, Ayana Metanasi Dinya na me dream me ho. Sports nya better as see area but empire ba ko bi wo ho no ma be ma wo so ano pa bi wo so obo. Empire na ba ko no se erade ema me ho nkyere me ema ne mmoro so. One prayer topic. Say erade ema me ho nkyere me ene ye one. Two. Sa ho kyere ne ba ema ne mmoro so. Because a man without money chema obebre oboa omo asua wo kyere nso na eboro so a waboa fo kura bedu be bombe pa ba nti we ne empire be ma bia onya asore no pa e wo so obo se one erade mempa ho kyere two erade me ye nipa ide aho kyere betumi aba enso ba e ma ne nche wo me so because aho kyere kye wo so a the odo kura no obepa ba. And I think that this is a good prayer. Remember asema mobo uniska obo afuswa sa kwede se unisika utiti se odwanti araho. We're live on the Nsem, live on Facebook, live on TikTok, and live on YouTube. Dino at a foreign god Maestro. I am your sports landlord. Matana say, I can see Nsem. And eba. Now, when you go straight into the Premier League, near China said nominations for who wins the Premier League signing of the season. Abba. Now, names, I personally do think say a deserving names. But then after the analysis, I'll predict who will win the signing of the season and so at the amount. Like a share na me patcho de tell say comment na bibia so into me kamala. Let's go through the names of the Premier League nominations for Premier League signing of the season award. João Pedro Edinha Piemu Chelsea, Granit Xhaka of Sunderland, Rayan Cherki of Manchester City, Adrian Truffert of Bournemouth, Viktor Gyökeres of Arsenal, Sonny Lemans of Manchester United, Antoine Semenyo of Manchester City, and then of course Dominic Calvert-Lewin of Leeds United. So these are the players I'm perifogiri pass omo ana eba signings omo ba mu the first time e wo mu teams ni mu a omo modembo etimi eso ani ye pa. João Pedro, Granit Xhaka, Rayan Cherki, Adrian Truffert of Bournemouth, Viktor Gyökeres, Sonny Lemans, Antoine Semenyo, and of course Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I'll take you through. Personally, the names are Mabubo deserving winners for the signing of the season in the English Premier League. But after the analysis with a bit of fact and figures, I think say you arrive at the winner, and I said you deserve it. Now, first of all, let me pick the Chelsea superstar, João Pedro, from Brighton, joining Chelsea. Well, Ball from Brighton, he's one of the players are very versatile. He can play multiple positions in the team as a 9, as a winger, as a 10, or energy. He is young. He has that type of body physique now. It to me a man of the ability to play in a high intensity team, the goals and the thinking pattern, and after all, he's also a Brazilian. He has a flair. He performed so well at Brighton. About Chelsea, he has not performed that bad. He has done so well for Chelsea Football Club. He is a striker. Goals ahena João Pedro Eshadema Chelsea Bubukuna. He scored 20 goals in all, 15 goals in the English Premier League. Then about the UEFA Champions League, to me share 3 goals for Chelsea, and of course FA Cup. No, to me my Chelsea 2 goals. So okay, can it goals in 20 goals in all competitions for a striker? About Chelsea Bubukuna. I personally think that it is good for him. But then the other drink a say. After scoring 20 goals for Chelsea Football Club now, Chelsea and to me and qualify for the UEFA Champions League. In the UEFA Champions League, we had 3 goals now. Chelsea and to me and more and common. They lost along the line Emma Paris Saint-Germain yomu frimu with a shipping amount of goals. Chelsea earned to me and respond again. More performance on the league table, Chelsea at also 10th on the league table. And in the 20 goals, no sharing in all competitions, in the Champions League 3 goals, it didn't give Chelsea any trophy. The 15 goals are sharing in the English Premier League, and also our Chelsea trophy behind. And even with that, Chelsea and Tuman qualified to play next season's UEFA Champions League. And next season, as a matter of fact, Chelsea ever bought any European competition. So Ebanesa goes, it becomes just an individual praise, but it did not reflect on the collective and even the team. I mean, you mind to me and the FA Cup American catcher said, "Oh, she 2 goals." Am Chelsea in the FA Cup? And when you look at the FA Cup, Chelsea played in the finals against Man City, and I know crowds almost lose against Bobo Kwani at Manchester City. So when you look at the collective achievement of Chelsea this season, and none AB a branch at the Dean Eddie João Pedro, but from time of free Benham of Bay, and looking at the numbers in the I can clearly tell you, say, João Pedro Ebon Homodin, Eddie Mabobo Kwani, and so Eddie Chelsea Football Club. Now let's take the second player, Adrian Truffet of Benham of Bobo Kuno. This is a sensational guy about Benham of no. I personally think say we have solve a problem there more. No one that said nay. Ever since a Benham of Yete or the qualification to play in the first European championship with team in Abakwesemu under Andoni Ariola. When you look at this particular season, 2025-2026 Premier League season now, players on team bought 38 out of 38 matches. Adrian Abrancha Dean Eddie Trafford Ekahubi. He played a whooping sum of over 3,380 minutes in the Premier League. Nature paid the number of games and the minutes played by this player. Nature is an integral member of the team. Now we're Juma Abrancha the boy. Ultimately say yes, he came in as a nobody because Benham of Echo signed a crown. I think that they signed him for 13.5 million euros to join the football club. And they were to qualified team, to the European tournament. But domestically, Premier League, Benham of N to me and we need BBI. The only thing they achieved was a team to me a seat positioner or me to me qualify so I'm Europe. And when you look at Adrian Trafford, and also I think say Ebehano as compared to the players are they almost to Toronto. Now the next player I would want to touch on our this particular discussion, Rayan Cherki. What a sensational player from Olympique Lyonnais joining Manchester City. When you look at the flair and understanding in the game, he's one of the players. When you're too serious about football, because I remember say against Arsenal Football Club, now you both game now a branch and the ball not to the national ball papa. Whilst the game was in session, I think the Pep Guardiola cry and so he's a delight to watch. He's a dribbler. He's an orchestra. He can also score goals. Now, and he came in to replace the likes of Kelvin De Bruyne, Ike Gundogan, and complement a bit of Bernardo Silva. Well, when you look at him play, to an extent, Man City, to me, achieve the reason why they brought him, and as they brought him in. Now, when you look at the records, 43 matches across all competitions, and Rayan Cherki, a boy, 9 goals and 14 assists. He is not an out-and-out striker, he's a playmaker. He's an orchestra into assistant. I think say Ebuano 9 plus 14 is about 23 goal contribution, and that is good as a player who came all the way from the French league to the English Premier League. The first season playing for Manchester City and under Pep Guardiola. And it's about first is now 22 goal contribution, 9 goals and about 14 assists. I think say a very good season. Now when it comes to the achievement they are. In the English Premier League, Manchester City and Jumanji almost also second. I'm Arsenal the winning here. Now they played in the Carabao Cup and won it. They played in the FA Cup and also won it. And also they qualified for the UEFA Champions League. And this year, signing of the season, Rayan Cherki is also up there because he performed individually, he performed collectively, and Man City also had trophies to also win this particular season. To also know, I personally think say Rayan Cherki will be above João Pedro and Adrian Trafford. Now the next player, I'm the person who didn't come on the list. Abrantia Dean, and so a day when Abrantia Dean and Viktor Gyökeres of Arsenal Football Club. And I must tell you, say, personally, I don't think that Viktor Gyökeres will win the signing of the season. Not because he's an exceptional player, Let me put it well. Not because Viktor Gyökeres is an exceptional player, but individually and on the collective. The Viktor Gyökeres achieved the Arsenal no ebru obi ade so. Now let's look at the numbers. When you look at the Arsenal team now, their top scorer is Viktor Gyökeres. He gave Arsenal 21 goals in 36 matches in all competitions. Now, in the Premier League, he is the leading goal scorer in the Arsenal team. And he goals as a striker. Viktor Gyökeres gave Arsenal goals because that is what he was brought for. And now the impact in games with the physical and energy, and so was Ropa. You cannot take that away from him. Again, he has also managed to help Arsenal to qualify for the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Apart from that, Arsenal have also won the Premier League for the first time in 22 years. Natural said winning the Premier League title alone, at the Viktor Gyökeres to the top of this particular list. And I'm not going to lie to you. Or to the top of this particular list, because when you look at the trophies won by the other players, Rayan Cherki won like 2 trophies, but none of the trophy can be compared to the English Premier League. Premier League Nimodu. And this is a player who gave Arsenal goals, gave some assists, and also won a major title for the Arsenal Football Club. Intermediate, I can clearly tell you, sir, Viktor Gyökeres is on the verge or will win the signing of the season. Another player, Antoine Semenyo, what a player he has been for Bournemouth and for Manchester City. Signing on to Manchester City in the month of January. 17 solid goals. He's won 2 titles, qualified the team for a year, the UEFA Champions League next season. That is a big achievement for a player like Antoine Semenyo. Because Antoine Semenyo, playing at the elite level, this is the biggest competition, also the biggest team, Antoine Semenyo, but ever since he started a football career. Bournemouth and Team Anidin at the Man City, the guy son. But whenever he plays for Man City, Obaka should be a Man City team in the crowd for years. He has gradually become one of the kingpins of the team. He has become an important member for Pep Guardiola. And this particular season, 17 goals for Man City is no joke. And so about bottom of Manchester City, he's also up there with the trophies. But as I said earlier on, when you look at the records, Rayan Cherki, Viktor Gyökeres, and the trophies, Wajana a trophy, Waje, any baby Arsenal Kokodru, any dia, and no the way they are Rayan Cherki, a year Antoine Semenyo so. Now, the last player I would want to talk about is Sonny Lemans. What a goalkeeper. Because Manchester United are, in the past 2 seasons, a idea with a goal deficit. -1, sir. But after they were able to solve the issue with Andre Onana, clearly speaking, Sonny Lemans has been an integral member of this particular Manchester United team. And the records are there. When you look at shot stopping, he's up there. He's been very, very defensive and part of the defensive core of Manchester United. But United was able to qualify for the Champions League. They did not win any title this particular season. But then it's also good. And that is also fine for a player like Manchester United, and a team like Manchester United, and where Manchester United has come from. But then, at the end of the day, trophies do count. And trophies in this way count, we look at how big your trophy are winning, and so Etienne, I can tell you confidently, say, when in Penifort Tenase, no more make a decision now, I personally do think, say, Viktor Gyökeres of Arsenal will be my signing of the season. Live on the Ekrom Nsem. Thank you for watching. Drop your comment. Na ye hu dia wonso oka